Terrence.
And here are the goods. So Jumanji box office still king.
Yeah. I don't know why.
20 million for number one. Has already gotten 316 domestically, being Sony's top grossing movie that's not called Spider-Man.
It's not called Spider-Man.
Beating Skyfall, which was actually the previous record holder with 304. That is now, third place, with Jumanji taking second.
What if this goes $1 billion?
No.
Nope.
Right now, worldwide, it's about six.
What the hell are you talking about?
I think it's about 700. I don't think it's got 300 million.
Hey, nobody thought it was gonna take number one the last 3 weeks.
Right, but I don't think that it's gonna do another. I don't think it's gonna do another freaking 300 million, 400 million.
Well, it depends on what's coming out next week.
Right, and we'll get to that in a minute. Number two, 12 Strong opened at number 2 with 16 million. Very close race because the biggest competition for 12 Strong was number 3, Den of Thieves with 15
I thought that would have opened higher, but like I said, the budget on that was probably low, so 15 million is probably really good for them. I thought it would open higher though. I thought that was at least going to be 20.
Well, Friday they were going back and forth. They were just beating each other up. Saturday they were, I think it was Sunday that 12 Strong finally went over. But yeah, man, they were going back and forth.
Wow.
Shocked to me.
Stop seeing Jumanji and get out there and go support 50 Cent.
50 Cent and Cube Jr. Number 4, The Post, 12 million.
Why are people seeing this?
Spielberg directing Hank's Street. We've gone over this.
Yeah, we gone over this, and their audience is 175 years old.
Number 5. Number 5 is still The Greatest Showman hanging in there. $11
We're talking about fucking staying power. That movie.
Really? Tell me about it. So, Star Wars has dropped all the way to number 8.
Okay, that's fine. They already made their $1 billion. It doesn't matter.
6.6 million, has already grossed 604 million domestically. It is the 6th film in the United States to do that. 9.9 million overseas. Internationally it did 692 million.
Thank you, China. Thank you, China.
Not China. 1.3 globally. Still going strong. I don't see it stopping.
It's making money for people's bonuses right now. This is the bonuses money.
So out this week, Maze Runner, The Death Cure. So
I almost forgot this was a trilogy.
You know what's funny is that we always goof on Divergent.
Right.
This is pretty much along the lines of Divergent.
I know it's basically it's the boy Divergent. It's what it is. The what's funny is like
Boyvergent.
At least they said it like I hope they're stopping at 3 because I thought Divergent was stopping at 3 and they were like no, we got a 4th film coming. At least they're gonna try to finish this thing out in the theaters instead of trying to push it because I would think that the box office on this is getting less and less because I think those what were they called they were young something that sounds so wrong. There's book readers, you know what I'm talking about. There's a category for it for like young readers and stuff like that, and it's one of those films. Shush! It's one of those films. And I think that genre is dying down. Twilight's done, Hunger Games done, Divergent's done, and now hopefully this one will be done, and we'll be done with that genre for a while.
Yeah, I think book adaptations they hit their stride with Twilight, with Hunger Games. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Try to capitalize it with Divergent and with Maze Runner. Don't see the same kind of following. It's kind of getting old. I think comic book movies are completely destroying everything
they're
right now.
Over. Now it was like that time's past. They were the westerns.
Yeah, they're done. So 23 million projected. It's possible that it can take down Jumanji, but The Rock.
Maybe Jumanji might stick around for a 4th week. Wait, this is to be their 5th week on.
Yeah, something like that.
Holy crap! I can't believe that thing's been in the theater so long.
So The Rock is hitting its stride, doing really well with Jumanji after not hitting well with Baywatch. But
Hush. Baywatch is a good movie.
But you know what? He's an inspiration.
Right.
He's from wrestler to Hollywood icon. Already got his Walk of Fame.
I thought it was the inspiration to work out.
No,
make you feel fat.
And going back to Greatest Showman, Hugh Jackman also, he's had found success with theater-inspired musicals, right? Like Les Mis, right? Well, The Rock is now an inspiration for it. I wanted to talk to you. This is interesting.
I don't even know where this is going.
I'm gonna tell you right now. In London, The Rock will be a musical inspiration for the People's Rock.
They're writing a play or a musical?
They made him play in the musical The Rock.
I want to see the guy playing the Rock. That's all I care about. I just want to see the guy playing the Rock. I was like, whatever Samoan they cast in London, it was like, well, are there Samoans in London? Is that a thing? And it was like, I want to see this guy that they cast because that's the most important part of the thing. If they get somebody who looks like the Rock enough that the Rock actually goes to see this musical, this thing will do great.
It will be performed at the Network Theater during the Vault Festival. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Now, this is what's going to part that's going to just kill you right now. It is a teenage. It's based on. It's like a teenage fantasy where The Rock is the beacon of hope for the world.
So now it's Moana. It's Moana. That's what it seems like. It's Moana.
Now you're talking about the person that played it. Okay, The Rock will not be in this movie. He's not affiliated with this. I mean, with this play. He's not affiliated with anything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The character,
kind of like Jefferson, isn't really in Jefferson.
The character will be a puppet.
Known
as the Fairy Rock Mother.
It's Tooth Fairy with puppets. All right, lost me now. I wanted to see the guy they were gonna. I don't want to see a puppet.
It's a puppet.
I don't want to see a puppet. I want to see a puppet. That's ridiculous.
Now it's always flattering to have a play based on you. You know that's flattering. But do you see theater, like actual theater, in The Rock's future?
Why not? I mean, there's a bunch of people that once their movie careers have ended, that they kind of transitioned over to theater. And some people.
Jackman's done it. Jackman's done it.
Well, that was kind of the beginning of his career.
Right.
Yeah, but there's other people that once they've, the screen isn't calling for them anymore, and they go and they do plays, and it was like in that way they can still at least be out there and work on their craft and still be in some sort of limelight. It's something that's available for every Hollywood actor to go ahead and do when they're, like I said, when their big movie career is over. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I think that if he's going to do something else, as much as we joke about him running for president, I think he probably might want to actually have a political career.
Yeah, Rock the Play is actually pretty interesting.
Okay.
But I wouldn't know about the puppet thing. But
no, they lost me with the puppet. So get a real person, make it something I want to see. A puppet, I can watch Sesame Street. I don't need to watch a play for that.
Okay, what celebrity would you base a play on?
Base a play on? That like a life that I want to see? I would say David Spade. I don't know, because that's off the wall.
Who would play for
David Spade's life is so David Spade's life is so crazy that I figured that would be interesting.
Oh man.
Why not? What else did I say? No, I mean, because The Rock's already going to have something done for him. It was like David Spade.
All right. Well, The Rock had kind of like a buzz in 2016 outside of Jumanji. He had Baywatch, okay? So, the Razzies.
Right.
The Razzies have been announced. We're in award season now. Well, we'll do an Oscar show later.
Yes, the goodies.
Goodies coming soon. But it's award season now. The SAGs just happened. Big winner. 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri won for Frances McDormand, Sam Rockwell. Congratulations to all the winners.
Right.
But this is about the Razzies. This is about the worst in 2017. Mm-hmm. Now, we just did the top 5 for the worst. Right. Me and Art did the top 5 best.
Are any of those on that Razzie list?
Now, the ones that on the worst. So the 2018 Razzie noms are in, okay? The Mummy, number 7. It had 7 nominees.
Okay. I can see that.
I can see that too.
I can see that. I don't think it should win, but I can see it.
50 Shades Darker, 8.
That should win. That's so God, that movie was horrible. I know women. You're probably watching because I looked at our audience now, and it's like 50-50. There's 50% men, 50% women watch us. That's fine. For the 50% of the audience that are looking at me like all upset right now, it sucked. It so sucked.
There's a lot of women out there that agree with you, so don't worry about it. All right, and The Leader, Transformers 5 with 9.
Ooh.
Now, Art's number 1 worst movie was. Art, what was your number 1 movie again?
It shows we don't watch on videos.
3, 2, 1.
Or we don't pay attention.
3, 2, 1.
We're not starting over, dude. Keep going. Keep going.
3, 2, 1. Art's number 1 movie, worst of 2017, was Monster Trucks. Mine
Is that not a Razzie?
No, but mine was Transformers.
Right.
And so was yours for the most part. I mean, we talked about it, right?
Movie.
Transformers 5 was just absolutely the worst movie of 2017. That's just me. And obviously with 9 nominations, everybody agrees.
Now, who will come to accept that award? Because look, the Razzies is a joke, and it's one of those things where you can just admit as a celebrity, as a movie star, say, like,
interesting decision.
You know what? Sometimes you take movies just for the money, even though you know the script is bad, and even though you try to give your best, sometimes it just doesn't come out that great. We had Halle Berry accept hers. We had what's her name? Who's the other chick that accepted after Halle Berry?
6 hours later.
What's her name from Miss Congeniality?
Oh, Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock accepted hers.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It was like, nobody takes it that seriously. Just like, hey, it was a bad movie. It's all fun.
Hey,
who you think Mark Wahlberg would accept that award?
Didn't Sandra Bullock get an Oscar?
She got it's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened with Halle Berry. Yeah, Halle Berry got an Oscar and she got a Razzie in the same year, and the same thing happened with Sandra Bullock. Yeah. So who cares? Mark Wahlberg is gonna get an Oscar.
No, but Mark Wahlberg has been nominated for Transformers 5. Tyler Perry was nominated for Medea. Mm-hmm. Jennifer Lawrence was nominated for Mother. Coincidentally, all of which, pretty much all 3 were in my top 5 of worst of 2018. So that's pretty interesting.
Maybe Jennifer Lawrence will win, and Jennifer Lawrence will come and accept her award.
Who do you think had the worst year?
Out of the movies that they came out with?
Everything, whether it's movie, performance, everything.
Between those 3?
Between, just period.
Let's just say those 3. I would probably say Jennifer Lawrence, because, I mean, she had to deal with the blowback that came from X-Men Apocalypse. Passengers didn't do that well, and then Mothers was panned all around. So I would say that her movies ain't been great after Hunger Games, to be honest. I'm sorry.
So, what about Wahlberg? Because Wahlberg had the controversy with All the Money in the World. Mm-hmm. Then he had the controversy.
That movie ain't came out yet.
It was in December of the same year.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't watch it, Mark. I didn't watch your movie, sir.
The salary thing, the 1.5 thing, and all that. Plus, you had.
That's more social stuff. That's not really his career.
And then you had Transformers 5, which is the worst, lowest grossing out of all the Transformers. So you might be right. I would probably take Jennifer Lawrence because he actually did Daddy's Home, and that did pretty well. So
yeah, that was there. You know, it's like he had a hit. He had a hit. She has not.
I will give you Jennifer Lawrence. Okay, the Razzies is March 3rd, 2018. So keep an eye out for that.
Jennifer, go accept your award.
Another dud that if they had a Razzie for TV would probably go to the Inhumans.
Oh God. Look, I support everything Marvel. Everything. Look, I even sat through Iron Man 3. I support everything Marvel. Regular Man. But man, that was not a good series.
ABC, which why am I holding this?
Hey, look, I'm an Agents of Shield fan.
Will be canceling Inhumans as of right now. That's what it looks like. Bad reviews are a big reason for it. Rocky start to season 1. Premiering episodes were released theatrically on IMAX screens.
That nobody went to go see.
Some didn't think that was a good idea, which I agree. And I guess a lot of people did too because they didn't go.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like the theater, Marvel at that one particular point said that, hey, we were gonna do a movie and we spent all this money to do it as a movie, but now we have to see how we can recoup the money for not actually being able to do a legit movie and making this into a TV show. So they threw that out there, and maybe they were feeling themselves a little bit too much and saying like, oh, our fans are gonna go see this. Yeah, not after you release like promo stuff and people are like, ugh.
So the way it looks right now, it is reasons are the characters are meh, they're kind of blah, whatever.
They're super bland.
And their CGI is questionable.
It is not. Look, they sold it as like movie quality, and it's barely TV quality.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen it yet.
It's barely like her. It's like you look at her hair and her whole character, Medusa, is based on the fact that her living hair that she can control and stuff like that. And you're just like, oh, that's such a wig. Oh, the fucking CGI on it is so bad. It's like that's the whole thing. The best CGI that I saw of the whole show was a dog. It was a dog.
So it started out with 5.8 million to start.
Because everybody was excited about it. They want to see it. Marvel's pushed Inhumans big.
By the time you got to episode 4,
I would have checked out by then, by the way.
2.3.
Yeah, I was one of the people who checked out. I had to force myself to watch episode 3.
So that was it was a really bad start. There is a fan petition that want Inhumans back. I don't think they're going to reach the signatures that they want.
Look,
would you give this another chance?
what's funny, like I said, I'm an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Fan. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I'm a Chloe Bennett fan.
She is. She's nice. Oh my gosh, she's nice. So when that came out, the first 4 episodes were shaky, and a lot of people checked out after the 4th episode. They were like, "This is not what I wanted. It's not interesting." It was one of those things where it's just like, "Oh, it's a villain of the week," and we're more like CIA type deal, and that's kind of not what people really wanted to do. It was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. You know, I gave it the hope. By that 5th and 6th episode, it really started to pick up the pace and knew what it was trying to do. It was no longer the first couple of episodes. They wanted to keep tying in the Marvel universe and say like, okay, we got to mention this, we got to mention Thor, we got to mention Nick Fury, we got to mention, you know, the Helicarriers.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, it's just like we got to tie everything. We're the tie for everything, and they focused so much on that they didn't really focus on being what they wanted to be. And by episode 6, you know, they were like, hey, we can establish who we are. So if you had given it that point, and a lot of people who are fans of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gave it that point, and they all say from episode 6 on, that it found its identity. Maybe that's the same thing with Inhumans, but unfortunately, because episode 3 was so bad, I didn't go ahead and give it anymore.
So having said that, should
it get another one?
Should it get a season?
Unless
2?
if they have a good idea what to do for season 2, and it's something really, really interesting, I say that they just scrap Inhumans and start talking about mutant genes and just work it in mutants and go forward from there and work on a new X-Men show. But I know that they already have Gifted out.
And thank you for bringing that up. Gifted is doing way better.
Yeah.
It's doing,
and that's another reason why Inhumans is not going to exceed. Why would I want to watch Inhumans when I can go watch Gifted?
Yeah, so that plays a big part in it. Now, another reason that I think that Marvel's pulling back is because they've acquired Fox.
Yeah, and it's like they only did Inhumans because they didn't have the mutant.
Exactly.
They couldn't do X-Men.
Now they can.
Now they can. So it's like, bye. Bye, Chloe. Because she's gone at that point.
For Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she's not in that.
She's Inhuman.
No, she's not in that show.
She's an Inhuman. If they get rid of the Inhumans,
altogether. Don't get rid of Chloe. All right.
I mean, she's more involved in S.H.I.E.L.D. anyway. She's more involved in S.H.I.E.L.D. anyway. You know, she led her own team and blah blah blah. So like they can still keep her because of her S.H.I.E.L.D. ties, but as an Inhuman, they may stop mentioning her being Inhuman if they really start to push towards mutants.
That's true. But yeah, because of that,
maybe they tie them together and say mutants and Inhumans are the same thing.
Maybe.
Like an offshoot of it.
The acquisition of Fox, you know, they really can't bring these characters to screen for a couple years.
Yeah, it's going to be like a year and a half.
Yeah, so you got some time there. I guess maybe they don't need to milk it because they really need to focus on like the phase 4 after.
No, they're going to bury Inhumans, so you forget about Inhumans, and then they're going to like, oh yeah, look, mutants. What? There was no thing called Inhumans. That was so long ago.
Well, one of the things they're definitely going to be focusing on is Black Widow.
Yes.
Now, Black Widow's been they've been talking about a standalone Black Widow movie.
Yes, we're getting it with Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence has now been cast as Black Widow,
but her code name is Red Sparrow.
Red Sparrow. Go on.
Black Widow may finally get her standalone movie, possibly being released in 2020.
It's too late. Jennifer Lawrence just screwed this up.
Yes, I feel the same way. But it's all right. We'll move on. After the hot topic of equal pay that we talked about, we even have a video out there. Check it out when you get a chance.
Yes.
She may be looking at a $30 million payday.
She's a big name.
That includes bonuses. Now this is well deserved for her because she has taken that character and she's made the most of it. Going opposite of
she's a big
Robert
draw.
Downey Jr. Yeah, she's definitely a big draw. Ghost in the Shell was not her fault, in my opinion. I just think the casting was wrong.
Look, I get it.
How well do you think that it'll do?
I think it. I wish Jennifer Lawrence's movie would get canceled. I don't want it to come out because it's gonna steal the thunder of her movie. The Jennifer Lawrence is doing Black Widow already,
I know. And it sucks.
It sucks so bad that she's doing this. And I was like,
do you think that it will rival the success of Wonder Woman?
No.
You think that Wonder Woman will still
Wonder Woman
take
was,
this out?
because Wonder Woman was something that was. It's like saying that episode 8 was going to do better than episode 7.
That will not happen. No.
Exactly. So this one, because at the time women were ready for a woman-led superhero film, even though they got Supergirl and they got Catwoman, and they like to forget about that stuff. They didn't support those, so they were ready for this movie for this particular generation. Now that that's already happened. That buzz is gonna. And look, there's a lot of Black Widow fans, and it will do well
Because of ScarJo. That's
because of her. But it's not even gonna do as well as it's supposed to do because Jennifer Lawrence has now screwed it up by doing Red Sparrow.
Oh, couldn't screw up Mystique. Had to screw up.
No, you know what? It's like that's Marvel's fault. They waited too long.
Yeah.
If they'd have got this movie out right now, Jennifer Lawrence couldn't even do Red Sparrow because they'd have been like, oh, it's just a rip off of Black Widow. She couldn't do it, but because they didn't do the Black Widow movie,
you don't think that they would still do that? They're still not going to call Red Sparrow a ripoff of Black Widow?
I'm calling it. Well, I can't call it a ripoff of something that ain't came out yet.
But the character's already been on screen.
Yeah, no. Trust me. It's just like we talk about Salt. It's Salt 2. Just like we talk about that, it was like, but still.
So we talk about the differences between a Black Widow movie versus a Wonder Woman movie. And how would the differences in success be? Well, I think a lot of it has to do based on the characters themselves. I mean, Wonder Woman's a god, basically, and Black Sparrow.
Black Sparrow, Red Sparrow, if you're gonna say that.
Black Widow.
Combining them just like Jamie Lee or
Jamie Lee Foxx.
Jamie Lee Foxx.
Black Widow is just a highly trained ballerina.
In a sense.
So I think the anticipation and the intrigue and all of that in Wonder Woman is, that's more because that's, there's a lot of abilities that she has that Black Widow doesn't have, so it makes it a little bit more of an interesting character than this one. Mm-hmm. I've seen this before. I've seen Salt, so I've seen this before. I've seen Red Sparrow pretty soon. Yeah. So I've seen this already. I have never seen a female god like this to whatever, right?
Right.
So I think initially that's going to play the difference in that Black Sparrow.
Jamie Lee Foxx. God, I'm so upset at you, Jennifer.
Oh, man. In WTF news, that Terrence is finally going to separate from the show.
Yep.
So, one of my favorite skits, and it's kind of like, it's not that well known or anything, but it is part of it. But one of the funniest skits for me on the Chappelle Show was that love contract. Kobe.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe.
Available in all Walmarts.
Well, there has been a sexual consent app that is possibly going to be rolled out. So the love contract is going to be a reality. New app
Who's going to sign?
may be coming that allows you to consent to sex before you go out on a date.
By the way, even if this thing really does come out and people start using this, it's always going to be like, it's going to be questioned anyway, because they're going to talk about, like, were they in the best state of mind when they signed it and when they agreed to it, and it's like, that's always going to be out there. So contract or not, it's not going to be enforceable. It's like, does it come with a video app? And it was like, look, they're sober. You can see it right there. Look at her eyes. It was like, you're going to sign here. You put a dab of blood there. No, wait, we're going to test it and make sure that you're not dirty.
There's been so much talk about pretty much sexual harassment, misconduct, and all this other stuff.
Sexual harassment,
misconduct in behavior, and all of that stuff. Okay, so that's why this is, this was thought of. I don't see, like you said, in the right frame of mind. How are they when they're signing this? Yeah, okay, anyway, so...
But it's already been out there. They've talked about these contracts before. It was like, they used to make jokes about them before, like, and even rappers used to talk about it. It was like, that's why I videotape all of my escapades, because I want to make sure that, girls don't turn around and say that, I did something against their will. So, I mean, that stuff has been thought about, like... Stuff has been thought about like that for quite some time. Look Manny up on the internet.
All right, this new concept is called Legal Fling.
Legal.
Creates conversations.
Okay.
And removes misunderstandings and mixed signals.
What have we come to as people in this world that we have to have a contract signed in order to be able to have relations? That's sad.
It's very sad. Is romance dead?
It's beyond dead at that point. It's like if you have to say, okay, just to make sure I got this right.
Now, just sign right here.
Sign right here. And it's like, just you'll see the stipulations here. It's like, we're going to be doing this, and if you're up to it.
Yes, that's exactly
right here.
that's exactly correct.
This is what we're going to be doing.
You're going to actually check the heart for yes and an X for no.
This is dumb. Oh, it's not, it's not dumb. And it's like, it's one of those things that we've gotten to a point where this is necessary. It's sad as a people that we have to go through this.
But then that leads back to the romance aspect of it, to where where it's legitimate. Both the woman and the man are equally attracted to each other. They feel it. They want it.
It's like, I want you so bad. Let me click that heart.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, you put this on my list? I can't wait to do this to you.
Looky where?
Ooh, man.
Oh boy. Parents, take us home.
You're gonna get this. Go ahead. Ooh, look. Oh yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm still horny.
Oh man. And by the time they get home, they're gonna be too drunk and they're gonna go to sleep. And none of it's gonna happen. But anyway, if you're still with us after that lovely story of romance with Valentine's Day coming up so quickly. Make sure you comment below. Tell us how you guys feel about an app where you actually have to accept and acknowledge the sexual escapades that you'll be having with your significant other that night while you're drunk at a bar. Also, make sure you use...
Or just a person that said yes.
There you go.
Did they say yes?
As long as they hit accepted, that's all that matters. Videotape, please. Make sure you hit the like button so that way we know about all the different things that we do, especially on the WTF, on the WTF topics, because we want to continue to do these more and put more of a spotlight on these. If you are a subscriber, make sure you do the notifications so that way you can know about all the videos that we do release, because even the person that's on the show, Art, over there, he doesn't even know about all the stuff that we release. And if this is your first time on the show, make sure you do subscribe so that way you can become part of the Goods family.
Shout out to Heath Ledger, rest in peace. 10-year anniversary of Heath Ledger's death.
Do we really celebrate anniversaries of death?
No, but it's Heath Ledger. I mean, that's the Joker.
Okay, true.
Gotta go throw a shout out to my man.
George Washington's dead too. He founded the country.
That's very true. For asking where the hell she's at, and Art in the back, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And that was the Goods.
You didn't see the comments?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't work out there.
It would work out there.
All right, let's go. Ready?
Yeah, ready. My purple watch.
Well, at least finally we're back on.
There you go. Me and Prince. It's for
You and Prince. For Prince.